Hey guys, it's Rob, and I'm glad you're joining me again for the next Nublar Prime episode. And today it's going to be a little bit tropical because I've already started to create the interior area of the next biosphere dome with some waterfalls and a sunken temple complex theme. But before we discover together this large dome, a disclaimer in advance. In this episode I'm going to redesign the outside area in front of it and implement a gas attraction. I placed the aquarium in the knee of the Megalodon Plaza in a corner, and then I thought the regular attraction building looks much small as aquarium, So I expanded it with the other larger cosmetic builds from the airport mod. And I show you this now briefly here in the overview and so on. And then you have a closer look in some seconds. But yeah, the aquarium. I also expanded the building so that the guests can look into 3 small aquariums from the outside. And I've also integrated larger water tanks into the building as a large filter system, and the remaining free space in front of the 2 biosphere will get an outdoor enclosure. I'm going to put the capybara in the enclosure here, and since the prehistoric, it's a prehistoric mammal. And it could be an animal that can survive outside. Well, outside the domes, I mean, same as the guests. After all, the guests are also mammals and breathe the same air, and the dinosaur need a special atmosphere. In addition, the biosphere always includes a very complex vegetation and biome system, which requires a lot of irrigation and humidity. I mean, as a constant atmosphere for the dinosaurs and so on. And another information on this point, I'm slowly reaching the point where I have to keep the park closed permanently because my game crashes more often when guests walk around here. That's why I couldn't take a speed build part of the aquarium designing, because it crashed so often in the process. Oh, it was terrible. To figure out the problem later, I uninstalled a new mod and closed the park, and the crashes immediately stopped, and I could carry on the building and with my recordings again. But I also think that I'm slowly reaching the point where I have to be careful not to put so many objects in the park. And for the future, that means that I'll hold me back a little bit on the outside places, areas, even though I still have so many great ideas for garden and designs and layouts. But I would like to finish this project here, then I concentrate on the biospheres in the next episodes more, and in the meantime then I build simple connections so that the visitors can go to the different biosphere via some interesting entrances. And I have also a nice new attraction idea for the other biodomes, but you will see it in the next episode very soon. I integrated a monorail train attraction track and looks very cool, but you'll see it in the next episode. As you can see in the background, I had to show you briefly the aquarium finished building, and so I start here in the background with the speed build part for the capybara. And as I said, I have also some connections to the various domes via the observation galleries or domes or viewing logs and so on, and I kept it relatively relaxed here. I integrated one of the entrances here, as you can see in the background, into the building of the aquarium, and here, as you can see, is the other entrance to the swamp biodome, and I also created in the near circle urban, how can I say it, a urban garden circle, but I cut this process out of this video. It was too struggling for me, sorry. And yeah, so let's concentrate on this building here. And yeah, enough of my introduction words here. Let's see what happens here in the speed build. But before talking about this, I have another change in this current episode. I actually wanted to show you the tropical biosphere in this episode, but the footage turned out so long. So today we see only the outside area, and you have a quick look inside the dome. And the biosphere is already finished designed, and I try to release the next episode soon, and then you can see the process and the designing of the tropical biodome. And otherwise, today's episode would have been much too long when I integrated the tropical biodome in this episode, and so I have a little bit more time to create the next episode a little bit better in a relaxed way. And I also had a little bit more personal stress in the last few days, so I've decided to split the build areas into two episodes. And it makes easier for me to show you the next episode and my progress, and I can edit the footage of the tropical dome in a relaxed way. So, I planned here the large capybara enclosure in a planet zoo style to fill the large free space between these two domes, and then I made connections, but I talk about of this here. Then I integrated the entrances to the various domes inside the biodomes, and yeah. As information, I was in the zoo with a friend over a week ago, and we saw the capybara enclosure in the Berlin Zoo, and that was so inspiring for me. And immediately I wanted to make an enclosure for the capybara. And I was also inspired by Banana's last showcase video, what I show you here on my channel. I mean, from his park, his Andes Wildlife Park, with also a capybara enclosure. Was so, yeah, I like it. I need this. And by the way, the bigger garden circle, I had said I cut it out from the speed build. It was only a task for me how I can design this piece of urban garden style thing with the pieces here what I have in game. But I show you this later after the speed build here, and then it's back to the capybara habitat here. I started relatively simple, but the problem was I had not enough grass on the ground, and so I built some spotted areas for the plants and mix it up with a lot of palms and little bushes and so on, and built so little islands, so vegetation islands in combination with rocks and so on. And the capybara had later enough space for rooming, and I thought for the first it is a nice idea when the river runs through outside of the tropical biodome, and here's the end in a little lake from the biodome. And yeah, why not? I have space here enough for the capybara. It is the place as well. It's okay. And so yeah, it is a wild mix here, as you can see, with the vegetation, and it looks a little bit overgrown, but trust me, the capybara had enough space for roaming, and we can also see very well the capybara from the visitor paths, and I show you this also later after the speed build, when the speed build is over and we have a real-time part and so on. And yeah, I thought so we have here to the one side little stands for the zookeepers, and they can talk about the capybaras with a little feeding opportunity for the guest, and it is also very close to the aquarium. And I thought, yeah, because why not? We can connect things and ideas together. And they are little huts or cabins. Sorry, I forgot the correct word in English for the capybara. I thought it looks very Planet Zoo-like with this item for the prehistoric mammal as a little sleeping place. And yeah, then I'm nearly done with the designing of the habitat, and the finishing touches are the rocks and some aquatic vegetation. And when I'm finished, then we hear us later, and bye bye. Okay, welcome back. By the way, I would like to apologize in advance if I'm a little bit confused and disorganized when I'm doing this voiceover today. And the reason is I'm on the way to recovery with my summer flu, but I noticed that my concentration sometimes leaves me and my voice is a little bit leggy leg. But yeah, as you can see here in the background, I have integrated a few buildings here and made the capybara enclosure smaller with the larger concrete walls here because the habitat is big enough and I want the capybara not to be running around all the big time here in this area. And these buildings are on the one hand an access building for the staffs, and the one building with the wall also extends into the other biosphere. That's mad for me, but so I cover it up with the build, so simply. So we have then a background building for the capybara enclosure and also an access building for the one biosphere here. And yeah, I'm nearly done so far with the designing here, and now you have now a better overview in some moments. And then after then I'm going to decorate the aquarium with a few other decorative elements and a few statues, fishies, and I'm also going to place a few toys in the habitat with car tires, and then I'm almost done, and I'm going to add a few aquatic plants and a few water lilies because I think the capybara needs a small swampy habitat, and somehow I associate this animal with a lot of water, and I think it's nice when it walks through there. And then I let the first capybaras fly over from the hatchery and to see how is the size related to the fences and the vegetation and how it looks like and so on. And then I was happy with it. It's fine for me. And so I chose also for the standard skin because the other skins are very colorful. And I don't like it. For capybaras, I think this natural skin is still enough and perfect, and that's why I decided on more natural colors. And the base model of the capybara is ceratopsian for the animations. And I spontaneously thought that such a special animal like this here also deserves a place in this planet park here. But I promise you, in the next episode, we will definitely see a lot of colorful dinosaurs. But as I said, it would have been far too long if I had included this part with the biosphere in this video. And then you can enjoy the overview here. And as you can already see, I have already built in some moments the larger garden circle. Is this a good word for this? Yeah, I feel I'm very confused for now, sorry. And yeah, and I built this garden circle off screen, and I also show you a picture so you can see where I got my inspiration then from. And well, then after then we start our little tour from here and take a look at the area from the visitor's perspective, and then we started in some seconds. Alrighty then, welcome back. And so you have here the picture again for the comparison, and I like try out a few interesting layouts, but unfortunately I'm going to hold me back in the future because I have to be careful not to place too many items. So then let's start the tour in some seconds from here, and then well we walk along the fence, and then we can look into the enclosure, and hopefully we see a lot of nice capybaras. Yeah, that's the plan. I also considered whether the fence is too flat, but I think it's fine and the capybara won't jump over, and then I've placed a few benches here, what you can see, also with a couple of bins in combination with little small trees, so that the seating area is a bit separated from the path, and then, well, we walk all the way around the enclosure again to the aquarium and so on. Yeah, so then let's do... Oh my goodness! What are you doing here outside? Let's go back. I'm going to hide here for a minute. Okay, that is very spontaneous here in my showcase. Overview, voiceover ding here. What's happened here? I really didn't plan this, but I found it very kind of funny that the capybara have escaped and I don't want to be discovered. So I'm going to wait until the capybara has walked past. Okay, I'm sure we can keep walking safely. And then, well, we go to the in direction to the aquarium. Then you can get a better look from the visitor's perspective with the decorations here and the fishy statues, and then we have also a better view of the small aquariums here outside. Okay, yeah, I think it looks very nice, and I know. I'm very inspired by Banana Launchers Park with this idea, and it is absolutely magnificent. Okay, then let's go to the stands where the zookeepers are there, and then hopefully we can see a few more capybaras inside and have a nice look and so on. But I can't see something here. A moment. Where's the capybara? I don't know why. Yeah, here's the entrance for the future for the tropical biodome. Then let's move on here. In this direction we have only capybara statues, but I don't see a real capybara. I don't know why. Ah, wait, I check it out and put then the one free roaming capybara back in its enclosure, and then I think it's fine. Here it is. So go back in your enclosure. Come on, zack, bam, finish. And oh, yo, my goodness, they've all escaped. Well, it seems the hitbox from the building in the concrete wall wasn't silver enough, and capybaras looked for a way for freedom. That's funny, but I'm going to put up here an invisible fence array so that the animals stay in their enclosure permanently. Of course, I think about I could have cut this part here out of the video, but somehow I find it very funny, and spontaneous things like these here can be very funny in an episode, in an overview, and we call this happy accidents. That's entertainment. So then we can finally see the animals from the visitor's perspective in some moments. So turn around, there, perfect. And what I can say again, yeah, it feels like you're really, it feels like you're in a real zoo, and I like the contrast here in this big park. I mean, we have two huge lagoons with a lot of big fishes, and we have also a lot of big glass domes, and there's a smaller outdoor area with terrariums, like a petting zoo, and then we have here a little balance to this with this outdoor enclosure for the capybara. Yeah, no, actually a very nice contrast. And yeah, I hope you liked the episode and you're curious about the next episode when we will focus on the tropical biosphere. And if you like this project and so on, you can help me with a like and leave me a comment. What are you thinking about the capybara enclosure and so on? And I can say only on this point, thank you for watching, and we see us very soon with the next episode. And guys, thanks for watching and stay tuned, and yo, bye bye.